Hey guys, I'm hanging out with my puppy here, and was trying to figure out what I wanted to do this week, and I do have some ideas. I have a lot of things that are a little more complicated, and I'm here by myself this week. My husband's out of town. By the time that this post, he'll be back, but anyway, he's been out of town this week. And so I was trying to figure out what to do, and a couple of my ideas, like I needed his help or needed his help to move something and all that. So I was just trying to figure out what to do. And then I thought, well, I bought this giant canvas over a year ago, and I don't know, I can't even remember my original idea for this canvas. So I actually have used oil paint in the past. I actually do like to paint. I'm not particularly amazing at it, but I do enjoy it. And one of the things I talk about on the channel is being creative for the sake of creativity. And that is important. I think that's important to you as a person. And I think as adults, we sometimes think, oh God, I don't want to do something unless I'm going to be good at it, which is not what we would teach our kids, right? We would be like, hey, just have fun. And that's the experience, right? But I think as adults, we sometimes lose that. It's good for your mental health. It's good for just you as a person. Like you can make a painting and you do not have to declare to anyone that you painted it. You could hang it up in your house and then maybe you'll get compliments on it, and you don't have to, say a damn thing about you painted it or not. I mean, you can if you want to, but you don't have to, that's up to you. Or you could paint it in a room that only you use, like in your office or something that nobody really sees, but it makes you feel good. Like, that's fine too. Anyway, I said, hey, I'm gonna use this giant canvas that has been sitting downstairs. It's been leaning against a wall behind a table, and I am gonna do something on it, right? So I just decided today that I was gonna try to paint on it and try to paint a project, and so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm definitely going to do something abstract. I am not going to do anything too complicated, I don't think. But I don't know. This is what I'm going to try for. So I thought it would be kind of fun for you guys to watch me, that process, because for some reason I've just been itching to paint a giant picture on this canvas. I have a couple of ideas, and of course this is what happens. I start out really ambitious and then I tone it down. Ambitious, tone it down. Ambitious, tone it down. Just take it down a notch. So I was looking at like, I love architecture, and there are some prints that I'm trying to find frames for, some architectural prints that I want to put up in our house. And so I was like, ooh, I could do something architectural. It didn't have to be super detailed, but most of that stuff I can't draw like with all the dimensions, or it just seemed like it was too ambitious, right? So I kind of knocked that out of the running. And then I was like, ooh, I could do doors. That's also architectural. So I could do like a bunch of different doors. If you guys have ever seen any prints or photographs of like all these different style doors from, say, Paris or Dublin or whatever. So it's like, that would be kind of interesting. I think that could be really cool, right? Well, yes, but I doubt that I could get it done as quickly as I'd like to. So then I was like, okay, well, I also saw one that was a stained glass window from by Frank Lloyd Wright. If you guys know who he is, he's kind of a big deal. So I guess it's very detailed, very rich colors. I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. Or inspired by that, right? No, that's too ambitious. Sun's going down, and I thought, okay, let's just paint it, this afternoon. So I have no idea how this is going to work out. I don't know what's going to happen. I gave myself about 20 minutes to look at images, some on Pinterest, some on just Google Images. And so I did print out some stuff, so I'm kind of going to do in the style of this or that, but I don't know. So okay, so this is what my canvas looks like right now. A lot of reddish, brownish tones is kind of what I wanted. Looks really textured. I kind of wanted it to be messy like this. These little crisscrosses are where the center of my nest is going to be. So it's going to be kind of like, you know, kind of in the center. I don't want it to be perfectly circular either. And then I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of the canvas. I picked up my 2 paint brushes that I think are going to be kindest for doing like the sweeps of the nest. And I was just going to start on it. So here's my colors. This is kind of an experimental color with that, and it ended up being kind of like an eggplant, which I kind of like it actually. I've got some blues and then some neutral stuff. I wasn't originally going to look at a tutorial. This is going to be a totally spontaneous. I'm going to see if I can just, yeah, so kind of like that. Okay. This is going to be a totally spontaneous art project. And then I was like, well, this is a big canvas. I should probably do a little research. So I looked up a tutorial. Definitely wearing paint stuff. You guys have watched me before, you may know that I have a box of clothes in my closet that I just wash, and like everything else, but then the clothes go back in the box of just clothes with paint on them. When you've done a lot of projects, that's what happens. I'm going to attempt to paint my eggs. I am not super confident about this, but we're going to do it anyway. You know, a lot of people, when I did like a little research on this, a lot of people do like the blue, you know, sort of robin's egg blue color. But since I wanted a sort of earthy tone, I didn't want to do robin's egg blue, so I'm just going to freehand this, and yeah, I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Okay, so I'm just gonna like and I was going to do 4 eggs to represent my husband and me and my 2 girls. So kind of like to represent our family and the nest. Yeah, so I'm just going to like roughly Hi guys, we're gonna call this day 2 on this painting. So I have a lot more to do today. A couple of days ago, I started on a different version, but I had sort of prepped my canvas with white, but then I kind of realized I wanted to change the colors up a bit. So I painted over that, and I was trying to do sort of earth tones, this adobe sort of orangey red, and then I started doing the nest. So I have a lot more to do today. I'm going to be filling out the eggs and shading them. I noticed that some of them are kind of not quite egg shaped, so I'm going to kind of mess with that a little bit. I'm going to be filling out the nest more. I'm also going to be adding branches. Yes, we have a lot to do to finish this painting. I like it so far. I want it to be a little more wild, a little more rustic, a little more rustic. Anyway, I think it's gonna look nice, so stick around and see what happens. Okay. My daughter is making cupcakes in the kitchen over there, and I am working on this, and my husband and my other little lady are running out and about, so. Okay, definitely more rounded. All of them are too pointed. Okay. Real life inspiration. And I'm also going to add a little black. I haven't added any black, so. Alright. And I also want to add like wild, like I want this to be kind of just. Do really heavy. I think I did yesterday kind of heavier strokes, so I'm going to do lighter strokes. Stealing this from the tutorial that I watched, as far as I'm going to draw with chalk to kind of do an outline of a tree and kind of go from there. So I was trying to figure out, I was like, okay, do I draw a whole tree? Do I just do the branches or whatever? So I think I landed on just doing the branches, and so then I can have another branch just like kind of above with leaves. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Going to de-emphasize this splotchy area that I can't quite get rid of. It's like the day of allergies. Okay. Alright, so this definitely like this. And my lighter color's there, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But then this, I guess, is part. Okay, so then that's the. I will definitely show you the book where I got sort of the inspiration for the color palette that I used in this painting. There's a book called Farm Anatomy. It has a longer title, but anyway, and it's by a graphic designer, and there's a lot of great information about farming and just useful things in there. And I kind of just fell in love with this book. I bought it a while ago, and I just look at it constantly, and it's beautiful. Anyway, but yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.